Good morning, friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we are doing a project update. We have got two big projects going on. We have got, of course, the project up here at production, which is us pouring, and I say us, I use that term loosely, us building a dock here at the production house so it makes deliveries easier. You see who is arriving right now, the concrete truck. And then we're gonna head down to the retail garden center because we made huge progress on the barn expansion. You won't believe the difference that it looks down there. So excited to show you that. So it is bright and early. The sun has not come over the trees yet. And the fellas are here to pour the forms of the walls for the dock. There has been a lot going on to get to this point. If you've missed those other videos, check them out. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of show you, I'm gonna try to stay out of the way today, but to give you a bird's eye view of what is happening here at production. So let's go see what the guys are doing. All right, so like I said, the concrete crut just pulled up. Then we have got, they're going to pump in the concrete into these forms. So the folks from Carolina Landscaping have been here for a couple of days. Haven't really filmed that, but what they're doing, or what they did rather, was go ahead and create these forms. So you can see the outline of the dock. And so I'm going to kind of come up in here and give you an idea of what it looks like. So that's kind of the exterior, what it looks like. And then inside, basically these forms are going to be holding on and creating the little pockets for the concrete to go into. So the actual width will be this wide, and then down inside, they have got all of the rebar. Of course, now at the very, very bottom are the concrete footers that the last time we were here, that is what you saw them pouring and working on. But this whole system is so intricate and just extremely precise because, of course, you're pouring on the front side, it's going to be a 4-foot wall. And you've got to be able to hold that concrete and not have it move whatsoever. So, it has been such an interesting process to see them do this, kind of get an idea here what it looks like. So they're going to pump in, so you can see they've already got the hose right here. So somehow we're going to figure this out together. They're going to have the concrete truck pour the concrete into the hopper of the pumper, very technical term there. So they're going to pour that into there, and then they will hose it, pump it into the forms. Because obviously, you know, you've got a very large truck that has a wide mouth, but yet a very narrow space right here. So of course, this is reinforced with tons of rebar. This thing is not going to go anywhere. So the idea is that all of this will be pumped in. Today is Thursday. They're going to let it sit until probably about Monday or Tuesday, and then they will come back, and the folks from Carolina Landscaping, and they will take, as far as I understand, they will take the inside forms off. So they'll take those forms off and then be able to come back in and backfill with the wash stone and all of that. So it definitely is a multi-level process, and so I'm going to try to get out of their way. So what they're doing right now is they are spraying the forms, the side of the forms, with this solution that prevents the concrete from sticking to the side of the form. And when they take off, especially that outside form, the side of the wall that you're going to see, it'll be nice and smooth, and it won't be rough, and it'll just be more attractive. So spraying the sides of the forms with whatever that solution is that they have to make sure that the concrete releases once they take the forms off. started to pour. So the fella with the gray hoodie on down there, he is the one kind of maneuvering the hose in and pumping it in. And of course, everybody's then supporting him and getting that in. And then Justin, who's in the red coat, they have a device that they stick down in there. That's the black hose. I don't know if you can see it. That's coming off towards the left. That they stick it in there and it vibrates. So that way it settles the concrete, because it's, you know, it's a good distance down in there. So they've got to make sure that the concrete settles in there. So just trying to get the hose over there so that they can pump it in. They're doing, like, it looks like, obviously kind of like a small base layer first, and then they'll come back and get it, you know, all the way filled up. So just kind of going around, getting the bottom in, and then they'll come back. I think Israel's getting ready to turn on. Yep. So that's the vibrator. All right, my friends, so they are finished getting it all pumped in there, and they are kind of starting to wind down and get things cleaned up. Jimmy ain't no dummy. I'm standing inside the greenhouse right here, and Jerry turned the heat on, so it is quite chilly out there this morning. But it is all filled up with the concrete, and I'll show it to you once. I don't want to be in their way too much. So it is all filled up, and I mean, my gosh, they were working so quickly and efficiently. So right now what they're doing, I think, is trying to get the pump all cleaned up and get all the extra cement out of there. So quite a well-oiled machine around here. You can see that Israel is back here. He's coming along and topping off the top of the concrete and getting it nice and smooth. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, so we'll start over here where Israel's already done it. Tiptoeing over through here. There you go. So you can get an idea, just kind of smoothing it out. Still have a little bit of that rebar sticking out, because that's when they come back to put the sidewalk in and the top of the dock in. That concrete will tie in to those tips of the rebar and just hold everything in. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool. So there's the view from the other side. And then this is where Israel has to come in and kind of smooth everything out still right in through here. So there we go. All right, so the sun's starting to pop up over the trees, and it's chilly out here. But yeah, so basically what they're going to do today is the hard part's over. Just got to clean up everything, smooth out the top, and then they're going to be done for the day and be out of here. So they'll come back next week, start to take the forms down, fill in this whole area where the dock's going to be. That'll be filled up with the wash stone. So they'll have to come in, do the wash stone, then they're going to have to form the where the sidewalks are going to go, because remember, we're going to have, obviously, all the top here where the dock is will be concrete, and then we're going to connect where the dock is, have a sidewalk all going all the way in front of both of these greenhouses to tie in to the dry storage area. And so this will all be a nice concrete. So when we start to get deliveries with plants, and then of course we get deliveries all the time, but when the plants come, those 18-wheelers will be able to pull right up here to the dock. On the other side, there'll be a 4-foot face, so the trucks can pull in nice and easy. back right on in to the dock, and we can unload everything. And then we have the sidewalks that connect to all the greenhouses, the dry storage, where the annex access, and then of course the big house over here. So it's going to be super efficient. So we will bring you back when they do the next step. But for now, let's go down to the garden center, check out the barn. You will not believe what it looks like. We've had some demo, my friends. All right, my friends, can you tell a little bit of a difference? That's right, you can see straight through the barn. So much has happened in the last couple of days. Very, very productive. I've got Jerry with me around here. So let's go find him, and he's gonna kind of walk us through, talk us through the whole thing that has happened. And then of course, what is going to happen next. All right, y'all, there we go. The wall to the loft is gone. The door of the barn has been taken off. It is there to the left. The tracks have been taken off. The wall has been taken off, and so we are nice and open. In fact, that is the wall that they cut down yesterday. And I was like, that is the perfect dance floor. But all joking aside, we're going to save that and reinstall it in the new addition as kind of like an accent wall. So, honey, walk us through what's next.
Well, we attached another structural beam to the barn yesterday, so we need to do another one on this side. We got to trim off some siding right here, over here. So right there, you know, we're going to get all this siding off of this beam so we can attach another structural beam, post, sorry, right here. It goes all the way up, because we have lumber coming tomorrow, so we can start connecting all the posts to the existing structure.
So Jerry decided on this side. So this is, you can tell which one is the new post. So what they did, instead of having to dig and then bury it, so they just got it nice and flush, got it set up there, got it bolted into the existing post, and then you can see where they have notched everything in so that the new beam can fit right there at the tippy top corner, because you'll have a post beam, whatever, that goes from that post all the way to the next one. So that will go all the way across the course to be nice and structural. So kind of like if you can see those two where that beam is across, to tie everything in together. So did an amazing job over there getting all of that notched in. It looks fantastic. So then you've got to get, you said another one over here, or you did this one down there? Yeah.
This one we just notched in, like we just cut the part of the beam off here, and we're just going to bolt it to the beam to the post to go to the next post right here.
Gotcha. So that's going to be the next thing, is to get basically get these posts tied in to the barn. Yeah. So that's the next step. But there you go, y'all. The barn is nice and open just in time for all this cold weather that's coming through. And yeah, so you can see up there at the barn, all of that, the loft rather, all of that has been opened up. All of those boards are gone, and y'all did save them because we're going to try to reuse them. So they're all stacked up.
You know, we
right
like
over there.
The idea of opening up the loft, you know, and taking it out so you can see the ceiling, but I also like the idea of keeping it. You know, and it would be more, it's kept for us, the employees. We're not going to use it for customers. So it would be for storage or something like that. That's one thing I think I forgot to say in the original video when we were talking about, as far as like keeping the loft or taking it out.
Right. So we're not going to have the loft. It's not going to be for retail space. That's not where customers are going to go. Because like Jerry said, I think he forgot to mention that. And a lot of people are like, well, you can't really have a spiral staircase for customers going up. But that's not the intent. It's more for employee use. But as always, lots of stuff going on here at Creekside. So that is a nice morning here at Creekside. I don't even know what time it is yet. It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning, and so lots has already happened, but we're waiting for the sun to come up, really to come up, because my gosh, it is cold. And us Southerners, we got thin blood, and so we're not used to this chilly temperatures. But I think next week, Jerry just saw that Monday, 14 degrees. Oh, it's going to be cold, but never boring around here. Lots of projects going on. Of course, we will keep you updated on all of these projects. Definitely not a project that can be done in a day or even 2 days. Multiple days and weeks involved with both of these projects. But we thought it would be fun to bring you along for the ride, give you an update. As always, if you have found this fun, informative, or inspirational, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to Garden with Creekside. That way you don't miss those 5 videos we do each and every single week of the year, my friends. Y'all have a fantastic day. Stay warm if it's chilly where you are. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, friends.